to another Sapphic Lit pop-up author interview. Today we have JJ Arias. JJ, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you so much for
Um,
having me.
my pleasure. I'm so glad to talk with you tonight. So we're going to talk about your book, Like First Love Again. Can you tell us a little about the book?
Yep, I call it a belatedly requited love story rather than unrequited. And two best friends growing up. One was never out, and she was very in love with her straight best friend, and realized she kind of couldn't continue to be her friend and have these, feelings. They're teenagers. It's all very intense. We have so many feelings. And so they went to college and just she kind of ghosted her friend, and they meet up like 14 or 15 years later and realize that those feelings were mutual, even if they were not sort of at the time, I think realize like, oh, this is romantic love, but these is a really intense friendship. It's like, no, you're both very gay for each other. So yeah, that's my
Nice.
pitch.
I love it. It's a little twist on, the usual story, who doesn't fall in love sometimes with someone who can't love you back for whatever reason. And this is nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
especially at that age. I think
Yeah.
it turned out to be such a common experience, right? That so many of us, as we're figuring ourselves out, kind of fall in love with our best friends. And because again, I think those relationships can be so intense and it gets confusing. And I think for some of us, it's not really romantic. But then, here's this little, I rewrote everybody's high school crush story. It's like, no, no, she loves you back.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's great, and it's a time where you have all those hormones, not like now when
Yes,
we're losing our hormones, but
right.
it's
And we're very tired.
right, right.
Yeah.
So I know you've written like 117 books,
I think that's the count. Yeah,
something like that. I mean, it's literally over 20, and it's only been in like the last
think
seven
so.
years
Yeah.
you've written all these books. So do you have a secret? Do you have how do you get ideas?
I am I'm a very consistent person typically, so and I'm really routined. And I know some people can only write when they like feel like it. Like if really inspired and they've got this, they'll mull something over for years and years and then, we'll start writing. I like to write a little bit every day. And it adds up like an hour a day, and I don't even write particularly fast. And they just kind of like add up to whole books at the end. And I always say I percolate stories for a long time. So I'll always have something like a story I'm writing, a story I'm outlining, and then a story I'm like percolating. And sometimes that story's not ready and it gets like moved back and something else will kind of this sounds crazy. I realize as I'm saying
Oh,
it.
I love it.
But so I've kind of always like developing it in the back of my mind. So it's like even though I might write something in 2 months, it's like I've been thinking about it, sometimes for years.
Well,
Like
that's
this
great.
one, like First Love Again, I was thinking about for years before like the right like twist kind of, came to me. So
Well, that's exciting. I mean, that's great. And
yeah,
as a professional organizer, I tell people a little bit at a time, and then you
yeah.
can organize a whole thing. And that's great. Have you ever thought of teaching writing classes of just kind of, your process?
I have thought about it because I think there's like I'm a rule follower. I like rules. I work well within like a confine that I understand. And I think sometimes we don't think that that lends itself to something creative, but it does, right? Like my creativity is not regimented, but the sort of output is. And so I wonder, I'm like, if it works for me, I bet you it'll work for other type A little freaks
Yeah,
out there that are like, give me rules and order and I will
right.
succeed.
I love it. I love it. So what are you working on now?
So right now I'm actually working on three things.
Of course.
I'm writing I put out like a serial on the Patreon that I have with Quinn Riley, and that one's kind of fun. Forbidden, grad student, professor, very intense. So
Mm.
it's fun and kind of like different, which as a rule follower is actually hard for me to write because I'm like, but oh,
There
perfect,
she is.
on cue. Uh, because it's like, oh, but they're not supposed to. So clearly there must be consequences to this. And it's like, no, they're consenting adults, it's fine. And I'm co-writing a holiday romance with Bryce Oakley. And I'm noodling a secret project.
Ooh, well, that sounds good. I mean,
I'll tell you more about it another time.
after I stop recording, well, how can people
Exactly.
find your books? I mean, they just have to walk out their door. They probably get hit with
Yeah,
one.
you probably just get hit with one in the face. I do. My wife has worked very hard on making a Shopify store. So if you go to my website, jjarias.com, that'll lead you to like the shop
That's great.
if you want to avoid the retailer.
Yes, no, I love it. Maybe I can get her to do one for me. Well, this was great. Thank you so much. I can't wait to
Thank
dive into
you.
the books.
Thank you so much. It was great to talk to you.
You too. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.